Have you ever made such a bold decision that it entirely changed the course of your life? My name is Emily, and I was over 40 when I made the decision to quit my job and pursue my dream of becoming a wedding planner. It wasn't an easy decision, but I knew that I wanted to do something that would bring me joy and fulfillment. And so I quit my job as an accountant and started working as an assistant for a small wedding planning company. At first, everything was going well. I was learning a lot and enjoying the work. But I quickly realized that my boss, Thomas, was not friendly to me. I never understood why he seemed to dislike me so much. I tried my best to be friendly and professional, but he was always cold and distant. Despite the challenges I faced at work, I found solace in my family. Fortunately, they were very supportive of my career change. My father had cancer, so he was in the hospital all the time. But he often told me how proud he was of me for pursuing my dream. It was a difficult time for my family, but their love and encouragement helped me stay focused and motivated. One day, a young fresh graduate, Amelia, joined the team. She quickly befriended everyone, including Thomas. I was happy to have a new colleague, but I couldn't help feeling uneasy around her. Something about her bubbly personality and constant chatter rubbed me the wrong way. As time went by, I noticed that Amelia was getting special treatment from Thomas. He would praise her work and give her more responsibilities, while I was left feeling overlooked and unappreciated. It was frustrating to see someone who had just started getting so much recognition while I, who had been working hard for months, was being ignored. Despite all of this, I refused to give up. I knew that I had what it takes to be a successful wedding planner, and I wasn't going to let anyone bring me down. I continued to work hard and improve my skills. A few months into my new job, I received the devastating news that my father had passed away at the hospital. I was prepared for it, but the news still hit me hard. It was a tough time for me and my family, and I needed to take some time off to grieve and attend the funeral. I knew that I had to inform Thomas about this, and I was worried about how he would react. I went to his office as soon as I could and explained the situation to him. Thomas seemed unhappy that I asked for a few days off on such short notice, but he had to let me go because it was my father's funeral. I remember feeling so angry and frustrated with his lack of empathy. But I knew that I had to stay professional and keep my emotions in check. I took a few days off and attended the funeral with my family. It was a sad and emotional day, but I was grateful to have my loved ones by my side. When I returned to the office a few days after that, I was shocked to find that my belongings had disappeared. I asked Amelia where my things were, and to my surprise, she told me that I had been fired. I was devastated and confused. I didn't understand why I had been let go without any warning or explanation. Angry and absolutely puzzled, I quickly went to Thomas's office to set things right with him. "Sir, could we please talk? Amelia told me that I have been fired." "Yes, Emily, you have. We've packed all your belongings, so you can leave today." I couldn't even believe what I had just heard. He fired me as soon as I took a day off? I was really mad, and I was ready to put up a fight. "I'm sorry, what? You fired me on the day of my father's funeral? Unbelievable." "I'm sorry, Emily, but we have to do what's best for the company." "What are you talking about? I've been meeting all my targets and working hard for this company." "We've noticed that you've been slacking off lately." "That's not true. I have proof that I have been working hard. I have records of all my work progress. I have never missed a deadline or failed to deliver any tasks." "Emily, where do you think you kept those records?" "In my work laptop. I have it right here, and I have deleted all documents on it." "Are you for real right now?" "Come on. Now, why don't you gather your stuff and stop making a fuss?" "You were just waiting around for a chance to fire me, huh?" "So what if I was? There's nothing you could do about it." "I could let the HR hear the conversation we're having right now." "What?" "Do you think I'd be stupid enough to come here without a voice recorder?" I took a voice recorder out of my pocket and showed it to him. I knew something wasn't right about how Thomas acted, so I came prepared. He seemed immediately intimidated and quickly softened his voice. "Emily, great job. That was just a test for your commitment." What?" "You were doing amazing, but we were worried that what happened to your family might affect your quality of work. So we were just trying to make sure." "That doesn't make any sense." "Of course it does. I'll give you a shot at a promotion, all right?" "Promotion? What are you talking about?" "Listen, if you manage to lead 3 successful projects with your original ideas in the next few months, I'll give you a promotion. Project leader. How does that sound?" I knew Thomas was just trying to cover up for himself, but I agreed. I knew this promotion was everything I needed to accelerate my career. As soon as I earned the title, I would probably apply to work somewhere else and stay away from Thomas. After that conversation, I returned to work feeling relieved. However, I quickly noticed that something was off. Everyone at work was keeping a distance from me, and I didn't understand why. I felt like an outcast, and it was affecting my work. One day, at lunch break, I overheard Amelia talking to my co-workers about me. "Did you ladies know that Emily was literally blackmailing our boss? I overheard her conversation with him the other day. She said she was going to reveal all of this company's contacts if he doesn't give her a promotion." She quickly stopped talking when she noticed me approaching. She didn't know that I had heard everything from behind the wall. She gave me her usual lovely smile, as if she liked me so much. I politely smiled back, finally understanding why everyone had been avoiding me. Despite all of my efforts to prove myself, the damage had already been done. My co-workers continued to distance themselves from me, and they seemed to trust Amelia completely. Whenever I suggested new ideas for projects, nobody seemed interested, and they would always side with Amelia. And so, my promotion was useless because nobody would let me lead them in any project. I was feeling really down, but there was no going back from here. I tried to work even harder, hoping that one day I would win over my coworkers with my original and creative suggestions. I started going to work an hour earlier just to make sure I was more than ready for the workday. And that was when I discovered a shocking secret. When I walked into the office that day, I saw Amelia going out of Thomas's office with her clothes and hair all messed up. It suddenly made so much sense to me. The only reason Amelia stuck up with Thomas was that she was having an affair with him. He was probably trying to fire me to promote her in the first place. Their behaviors were so disgusting to me. Amelia was even engaged to another man, and she always talked about how much she wanted a big fancy wedding in the fall. So many thoughts were passing through my head at that moment that I almost forgot to hide behind the wall. Luckily, Amelia was so arrogant that she wasn't even trying to be careful. She walked straight to the bathroom, unaware that I might have just discovered her biggest secret. Days after that, Amelia approached me again with such a fake smile. "Hey, Emily, do you have some time? I want to ask you for a favor." "How can I help you?" "Oh, you know how Damien and I are engaged, right? I talked to you about him, my high school sweetheart." "Yep, I remember." "Right, so we were hoping that you could help us plan our wedding." "Oh, you want me to plan it? Why so?" "Well, I sort of noticed how you haven't had any good ideas lately, and Thomas isn't happy with your progress. I thought you could use some help." "You want to help me?" "Yeah, we could help each other. You could do my wedding for free, and I could put in a good word for you. You know, Thomas is quite happy with my work. He might even give me a promotion. So I'm sure he'll take my word, and maybe make you my assistant." I knew that calculated girl was just trying to make me plan her wedding for free. I was really mad at her and her audacity to talk like she's been working hard, while all she did was take advantage of immoral tricks. Almost immediately, I knew what to do about the situation. I was determined to set the record straight. So I agreed to help Amelia with her wedding, with a secret plan in mind. I found out that Thomas and Amelia always saw each other an hour or so before the workday started. By agreeing to plan her wedding, I got the contact of her poor fiancé, Damien. I even told Amelia that I cared so much about her big day that I would work overtime in the evening to make sure everything was perfect. Amelia was more than happy. She just loved it when other people obediently served her purposes. She even gave me the spare keys for every room at the company. And of course, as Thomas' mistress, she had the key to Thomas's office. She didn't know that she might have given me the key to revealing her dirtiest secrets. That day, I set up an appointment with Damien at the office, knowing full well that Thomas and Amelia would be there. I especially said that this should be a surprise to the bride so that he would keep it a secret from her. And just as I planned, When I showed up at the company with Damien that day, we could hear Amelia and Thomas laughing and teasing each other. Damien seemed doubtful, but he didn't say anything. I calmly reached into my bag and grabbed the key to Thomas's office. As soon as the door was opened, everything was as clear as day. Damien was so stunned. He couldn't even speak. He turned around and left the office. Amelia panicked, tried to pick up her clothes, and ran after him while desperately calling his name. Her eyes were teary, but I didn't feel bad for her. I did feel really bad for Damien though. But I thought he deserved to know the truth about his own fiancée. As for Thomas, the disgusting man was putting on his pants when he tried to reason with me. Emily, please, don't tell anyone about this. Thomas, you're the reason why this company is doing so badly. You're so busy doing all this nonsense. Oh, come on now, I'll give you a raise, yeah? A promotion today? What do you say? No, Thomas, I deserve a promotion, but not this way. I'll bring this to HR. Thomas realized he couldn't convince me anymore, so he immediately showed his true colors. Really? Well, do you have any proof? Amelia wouldn't say one bad thing about me. Everyone in the office hates you, so no one will listen. God, Thomas, you're so naive. Don't you remember what happened last time? Before Thomas could answer, I had already left the place, not wanting to be around him for another minute. Just like last time, I had the voice recorder in my pocket, knowing full well that to deal with someone like Thomas, I actually need proof. After that, I sent HR the recordings of what Thomas had said to me. He was quickly fired for mistreating me as an employee and having an affair at the office. He was only making decisions that hurt the company to satisfy his personal demands. As for Amelia, she quit her job soon after because she couldn't handle the shame. The news quickly reached all of my co-workers, and they apologized to me for their behaviors in the past. I didn't blame them, but I did ask them to start taking my ideas seriously and try to be more professional at work. Soon after, people started to really listen to what I got to say and supported my project ideas. I finally got the promotion that I wanted, fair and square. I'm so happy with where I am right now, planning beautiful ceremonies for couples that genuinely care for each other. I'm so proud of myself, and I know that my dad would be so proud of me too.